Beginner's Guide to Echolocation for the Blind and Visually Impaired. Written by Tim Johnson, co-authored by Justin Louchart. Read by Gabriel Bush. What is echolocation? The ability to see the world using sound instead of sight. Echolocation is a fundamentally simple skill that many blind people use daily to navigate and understand their environment. This skill is sometimes misunderstood, but is far more realistic and much easier than you may think. The author demystifies the growing practice of active echolocation in a way that anyone can understand and gives the reader simple exercises, examples, and lessons as a starting point for launching you into a successful practice of active echolocation. Sound waves, like ripples in a pond, reflect differently off of all objects and surfaces. This makes it possible for the trained ear to distinguish shape, size, distance, and material of our surroundings. Musicians will tell you that reverb causes each room or surface to have its own unique sound response. With sensitization and applied practice of this skill, it's possible for people with visual impairments all over the world to become increasingly independent, supplementing their existing forms of orientation and mobility with the intrinsic awareness that echolocation can provide. Echolocation requires no special equipment nor any special talent. The human body and mind are truly marvels of nature that grant us with capabilities you may never know you had. If you can hear, you can echolocate. Understanding the simplicity of this skill will allow you to shift your way of thinking to achieve an expanded awareness of your environment. With this awareness comes independence, confidence, new possibilities, and opportunities. About the author. Tim Johnson is passionate about life and helping all people realize their dreams and accomplish their most aggressive goals. As a martial arts instructor, he works with young children as well as adults to help them understand their true potential and gain the confidence and ambition they need to grow into strong, independent people. He believes that no one should settle for anything less than remarkable and that life is a fantastic journey in which more is possible than we may ever know, but we should never stop trying to comprehend all that it has to offer. Our innate curiosity and motivation to improve ourselves is what makes us human and will always drive us to new heights. As a full-time engineer, Tim's approach to echolocation is an analytical, fact-based exploration of the subject. He encourages the understanding of fundamental concepts in order to gain a complete knowledge of a subject. Once the fundamental puzzle pieces are understood, we can then begin to piece them together to realize the bigger picture. As a sighted person, he knows that his ability to echolocate might never equal that of a blind person who has used these skills every minute of the day for decades and whose life literally depends on the amount of awareness he or she has. But he has dedicated a great deal of time and effort to learning these concepts, intricacies, and applications of echolocation in his own life with a slightly different perspective in order to understand it to the best of his ability and share these lessons with those in need. His outside perspective aims to explore the intricacies of the beginner's learning process and has proven successful in relaying and articulating the basic concepts necessary for echolocation. For more information on the author and to find this book in other blind accessible as well as print formats, please visit www.humanecholocation.com. Although the views and opinions of World Access for the Blind are not directly reflected in this book, the procedures, strategies, and instructional materials are a direct result of our cooperation and philosophical agreement. Dedication. To all those with a passion for living. The world is full of magical things patiently waiting for our senses to grow sharper. A quote from William Butler Yeats. Preface. In order to get the most out of life, I strongly hold that we must experience everything firsthand and perform all things we do to the very best of our ability. Echolocation is a skill that can be learned by anyone to help gain a new perspective and thereby a new way of experiencing the world.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?